Yes, come in, come in. Welcome. Let me tell you a story. Story of the Mesh Monkey. But once upon a time, the Mesh Monkey reigned free. They were everywhere, and they took over the game of Ark Survival Evolved. Until one day, the Slayer of Monkeys arrived, and took them to task, and awoken the land to the dangers of the Mesh Monkey. Well, it seems now that day has come upon us once more, and we shall dive into the Mesh Monkey and the problems it presents. Unchecked, the Mesh Monkey roams free, and they will cause massive devastation. They may look friendly, but underneath they are deeply insecure about their manhood, so they use their special powers to insert themselves into people's bases by violating the mesh and penetrating a base without going past the base defense. So when you forget the Mesh Monkey, they grow in number when poorly policed. So, let's observe some in action. Here with a simple YouTube search, we can find many Mesh Monkeys in action. It is very simple to find a Mesh Monkey. The click of a button, I found Knight Rider. He has many clips. In this one, he rides on a platform on a bed, being picked up by a squid and gets through the mesh of an ice cave. Very well done, my friend. At least that's what I would say if I was a fellow Mesh Monkey, which I am not. It would suck to have a base there. It was so easy for him to mesh this base with a simple platform saddle bed. This reminds me of the past when we mentioned the issue with this. Maybe if Wildcard search they could find this issue also with the simple click of a button. Or maybe they simply do not care about Ark 1 as Ark 2 is on the horizon. Anyway, Knight Rider has another video here in the lunar biome of Genesis. And this is simply magnificent work. So simple, yet so elegant, my friend. Let us see him in action. Simply place a foundation at the top of the border. Seems so easy. This simply cannot work, surely. And then he places a bed on top of the foundation. I do not believe what I am seeing. This will not get him through the mesh, surely. Surely Ark's mechanics are not so poor. Okay, he has placed his bed. Now we shall observe what he does next. He's going to respawn, which he can now do with a Fjord Hawk on his shoulder, with all his gear. How convenient. Oh, yes. Wonderful work, my friend. And there he is, on top of the world. What a lovely Mesh Monkey. It would be unfortunate to have a base in this vicinity. It does seem the Mesh Monkeys are very fond of the use of beds in Ark Survival Evolved. One does wonder if this mechanic could be revised to make this harder for them to do. It may be possible, but only with the right motivation. Now Knight Rider has another Mesh Monkey video to share with us. This time, he deviously throws a Parasol through the mesh. For some reason, the Parasol floats in the sky. I do not know why. And this allows this devious Mesh Monkey to board the Parasol through the mesh. Oh my goodness. Some very odd mechanics. It is strange that he is not dead on the other side of this wall. It is almost as if the previous and older maps in Ark Survival Evolved are not getting support they need to be improved, even though the player base still plays upon these maps to this current day. Let's see if he has anything more recent though. Yes, Genesis 2. This nice mesh hole has been here conveniently since the launch of this map. And for this one, our cheeky Mesh Monkey does not need any apparatus to get him in the mesh. There is conveniently a hole that simply allows him to go inside. And away he goes into the mesh to live out his wildest fantasies. and destroy as many bases as he deems fit. Especially now, with the Fjordhawk supporting his endeavors. Look at the access. Look at the beautiful base positions he can create. And here we are on Scorched Earth, one of the oldest maps of Ark. And there is still to this day mesh holes left for the monkeys to take advantage of. How convenient. Ah, there it is. Enjoy, you dirty little mesh monkeys. It amazes me that this could not be found by the studio wildcard themselves by clicking a button and searching and closing this mesh hole. I think the point is becoming abundantly clear. There are many issues with the mesh in Ark Survival Evolved, even after the mesh fixes they introduced. And the biggest problem of all is the fact that these are simply not policed. There seems to be nobody watching, nobody observing the mesh monkeys in their practice, nobody simply searching on YouTube or Googling how to mesh in Ark Survival Evolved, and this lets the monkeys reign supreme. In fact, there are many others, same as Knight Rider, very publicly releasing mesh holes on every map for Ark Survival Evolved. But maybe one must wonder, is Ark 2 just too lucrative and Ark 1 just a lost cause that we should all abandon? It seems that way, but some of us seem to be fighting back. Some are fighting back against the meshes. Like Nero, who has a video rating these abominations in the mesh. I do not endorse this, but at least these rats are getting what they deserve. These abominations, they live in the mesh and they raid you from the mesh. Disgusting practice that needs to be addressed very seriously by your wildcard. Just look at this. This is an abomination. This is what happens when they go unchecked. Now, there is also something we can do as a community, and if you guys haven't seen, Rooted Derp has done a video as well, addressing the many issues that Ark has currently. It's not just meshing, it's policing of the cheaters. They are not doing anything. They are not policing cheaters adequately. They are not answering tickets fast enough before these rats and these mesh monkeys can get to your base. So what you can do is go to Steam and leave a review and you can say, Ark Survival Evolved is a game full of mesh monkeys and cheaters and exploiters, and you can say, I will not be buying Ark 2, and this seems to be the only way that we may get these issues addressed, because it seems that Studio Wildcard has seen the allure of the money. They have made the money on Ark 1, and they can move on to Ark 2 and start afresh and leave this rotting cesspool behind. But what they leave behind is a huge player base and potential, and a fan base who has supported their game for years and years. So, if you want to see something change, you gotta be that change. And make it well known. Share this video around, leave a like and subscribe, and we will fight this together and hopefully end the spread of the mesh monkeys. And this blight will be behind us, and we can move on to a happier day. Okay, that actually hurt my voice. But for real, Ark is in a bad spot. If you guys want to get it changed, we need to band together. Like Rooted Derp, jump on board, leave a Steam review, let the devs know that we are not going to take this sitting down. The game is in a horrendous state, we've supported it for years, and it feels like they're just jumping ship to Ark 2. But they still need to support Ark 1, which has a huge player base. So this video is made out of love, and I apologize for the cringe. This will hopefully be the last time we have to do a video like this. But you guys are legends, thanks for watching, hopefully we get some change here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, my friends.